Welcome back to The Deep Dive, the show engineered to cut through the information overload and give you, well, a straight shot to becoming truly well-informed. Today, we're embarking on a mission, I think, to really supercharge your English. We're diving deep into what I believe is the absolute engine of the language, verbs. And this deep dive, it's custom-tailored for you, whether you're just starting to build that English foundation or, you're already navigating conversations and ready to refine your fluency.
Absolutely. And our goal today, it isn't just about listing verbs, it's really about unlocking their power. We're going to pull back the curtain on the most common English verbs, exploring not just what they are, but why they're so indispensable, and crucially, how to nail their often tricky pronunciation and, how to wield them with confidence in your everyday conversations. We've pulled together a really rich stack of sources for this deep dive, everything from solid grammar guides and practical conversation examples to some really expert-led pronunciation lessons from a fantastic YouTube channel we found.
Because, let's be honest, right? We've all been there. You understand the English words, you might even know the grammar rules, but when you actually try to speak, your sentences just, well, they fall flat. Like a car without an engine, maybe.
Exactly.
So today, we're giving you that engine. We're focusing on the highest impact verbs, the real workhorses, and showing you precisely how to drive, with more confidence and clarity. This is particularly valuable, I think, for learners building that bridge from A2 to B1 level. That place where turning passive understanding into active, vibrant communication is the real goal. We're giving you both the what and the how to make these words work for you. So what do you say we get started?
Sounds great. If you picture the English language as this vast, interconnected network, then verbs are, well, they're undeniably the crucial power lines. They send energy through every single sentence. They are the action words describing what's happening or the state of being words that tell us how things are. Without verbs, communication becomes almost impossible. Seriously.
It really does. Think about it. Without a verb, you're just left with what? A collection of disconnected concepts.
Exactly. You might say, me hungry, which, okay, gets a general idea across, maybe in a pinch.
Right, very basic.
But it lacks precision, doesn't it? Add the verb, I am hungry, and suddenly it's a complete thought. It's full of meaning. It has structure. That tiny, powerful word makes all the difference.
That me hungry example really crystallizes it. It's almost primal, isn't it? Like just pointing. But then I am hungry adds that layer of precision of, well, humanity maybe. It makes me wonder, though, for a beginner learning to be, what's the biggest hurdle? Is it just the sheer number of forms am, is, are, was, were, been, or something else they stumble on?
That's a great question. It often comes down to both, actually, the number of forms and the subtle ways it's used. But stepping back for a moment, this whole journey of verb mastery, it's often mapped out. We can use frameworks like the Common European Framework of Reference for Languages, the CEFR.
The CEFR levels?
Yeah, exactly. This framework, which sources like Exam English highlight really well, provides an incredibly insightful roadmap for language learning. It breaks it down into levels A1 for beginners, all the way up to C2 for really proficient users, and verb mastery. It's absolutely central to moving through those levels.
What's really insightful about that CEFR framework, I think, is how it sort of demystifies language learning. It shows you that fluency isn't some sudden leap you make overnight.
No, not at all.
It's a series of deliberate, interconnected building blocks. So instead of feeling overwhelmed by, all of English, it gives you a scaffold. It makes that massive challenge of learning verbs feel manageable, breaking it down into these achievable, level-specific goals.
Precisely. It's like having a GPS for your language journey.
Yeah, exactly. Ensuring every verb you learn at A1 directly prepares you for what's coming at B1. It makes your effort incredibly efficient.
Exactly right. So for an A1 beginner, the focus is purely on those absolute essentials. You start with to be, am, is, are, and how to use them in questions and negatives. Simple stuff like, is he here? Or she isn't sad. You also start with simple verb plus ing for preferences, like I like swimming, or they hate waiting. Then comes the past simple of to be was and were, and basic modal verbs like can and can't for ability, or could and couldn't for possibility. It's all about very basic, immediate communication, giving you the tools to introduce yourself, describe simple facts.
Okay, that makes sense. And then as you start to solidify that foundation, you move into A2, the elementary level. You begin to build directly on that A1 base, right?
Correct. A2 builds on A1 significantly. This is where you really start handling future tenses more. You learn both will, maybe for spontaneous decisions.
Like, I'll have the coffee.
Exactly. And going to for things you've already planned. I'm going to visit my aunt next week.
Got it.
You also encounter gerunds more often, those ing verb forms acting like nouns.
Ah, yes, like running is fun, where running is the thing that's fun.
Precisely. Modals expand too. You add have to for obligation, I have to finish this report, and should for giving advice, you should see a doctor. You also start tackling more complex past tenses like the past continuous.
I was reading when the phone rang.
Perfect. And the present continuous for future plans, I'm meeting Sarah tomorrow. And the present perfect, I have visited London twice.
That present perfect. That one can be tricky.
It definitely can be. A2 is also where common phrasal verbs start appearing more regularly. Those combinations like look up a word or get up in the morning.
Right, where the meaning changes completely from the original verb.
Exactly. They're a big part of natural English.
Okay, so A1 is basics, A2 builds complexity with tenses and phrasal verbs. What happens at B1, the intermediate level? Does it just explode then?
It definitely opens up a lot more nuance. B1 is where you really start expressing yourself more richly. You dive into a much broader range of modal verbs. You get must and can't for strong deductions like he's soaking wet, it must be raining, or that can't be right. You also get might, may, and will for talking about probability with more precision.
So degrees of certainty.
Exactly. And you learn how to speculate about the past with things like should have or might have.
Ooh, like regretting something I should have studied more.
Precisely that. Tenses get more complex too. Future continuous, this time tomorrow I'll be flying to Spain. Past perfect, I had already eaten when she arrived. Present perfect continuous, I've been waiting for an hour.
Wow, okay. That's a lot of grammatical firepower.
It is. And you also add reported speech, she said she was tired, and the simple passive voice, the cake was made by John. It's a significant leap, giving you the tools for much richer conversations. You're moving beyond just survival language into expressing opinions, discussing feelings, narrating events in detail.
That structured approach, moving through the CEFR levels, it really does help you see the path, doesn't it? It helps learners track their progress, prioritize what to study next, reduces that feeling of being overwhelmed.
Absolutely.
And this deep dive today, focusing on these common verbs and how you actually use them, it directly supports you, the listener. Whether you're aiming for that B1 level or maybe solidifying your A2 skills, it's about giving you the core tools you need to move forward efficiently.
And speaking of those tools,
Mm-hmm.
here's where it gets really interesting. When we looked at that list, the top 100 most used verbs in American English, something genuinely surprising jumped out.
Oh, what was that?
Well, we often think English has all these neat rules, right? Add ed for the past tense.
Yeah, the regular verbs. Easy peasy.
Except the top 10 most common verbs. They are all irregular, every single one of them.
No way. All 10.
All 10, which makes them absolutely crucial for everyday communication, obviously. But it also makes them particularly challenging because they don't follow those nice, predictable ed endings for their past simple or past participle forms. You can't just add ed to go, can you?
No, go ed definitely isn't a word. Wow. It almost feels like the language is deliberately trying to trip you up right at the start. What's the practical implication of that for someone learning? If these are the words you hear constantly, but they break the rules, that sounds like a major hurdle.
It absolutely is a hurdle. But, and this is key, mastering them gives you an incredibly high payoff. This is a point that our pronunciation expert Emma from the YouTube channel English with Emma really hammers home. She has a whole video just on these 10 verbs.
Makes sense, if they're that important.
Exactly. She emphasizes that because these verbs are so frequent, investing the time to learn their unique forms and pronunciations means you're tackling the words you'll encounter the most. Yes, they require specific memorization, but the return on that investment is just immense. And as Emma points out, the pronunciation can be quite tricky too because the vowel sounds often shift in unexpected ways between the forms.
Okay, this sounds essential then. So let's dive into these top 10, one by one. We'll give you the base form, the past simple, the past participle, and those all-important pronunciation nuances. Plus, show you how they pop up in real examples from that everyday conversation source. Ready? First up, the undisputed champion, the heavyweight title holder of English verbs, to be.
Ah, yes, number 1. This is truly the most common verb in English. More forms than any other. It's the backbone for countless sentences expressing states of being, identity, location, you name it. And it changes dramatically depending on the subject and tense. I am, you are, he, shite, is, we, they are.
Right, the present forms.
Then in the past, a he, should, was, and you were the were. And the past participle form is been.
And the pronunciation, even for something as basic as to be, is fascinatingly nuanced, isn't it? Like Emma points out that am is often just pronounced like the letter M in fast speech, but we almost always use the contraction anyway. Am.
I am.
And she says I'm rhymes with time. That's a great tip. R is pretty straightforward, like the letter R. The contraction art is common too. Now, is, that's where people stumble. Spelled with an S, but sounds like a Z.
Right. Is, not is.
Exactly. And the negative isn't. Emma puts the stress on the first syllable. Isn't.
Good point. And moving to the past forms, was and were, they also have their common negative contractions, wasn't and weren't. Easy enough. But that past participle, been, oh, that's often mispronounced.
How so?
Emma stresses it's pronounced like bin, like a trash bin, not bean, like the vegetable. That's a very common mistake for learners.
Been. Got it. That's a really useful distinction. Getting that right makes you sound much more natural. And the everyday conversation source is, well, no surprise, packed with to be, basic greetings. How are you doing? Polite phrase, it's a pleasure to meet you. Asking about time. It's 7:15. Reassuring someone, we're on time. Don't panic.
Even in emergencies. Is anyone hurt? Or expressing feelings? I'm really excited for Aunt Mary's surprise birthday party. It's everywhere.
Absolutely everywhere.
And what's truly foundational about to be isn't just its standalone meaning. It's how often it acts as a helping verb, an auxiliary verb. It forms the backbone for all the continuous tenses. I am running, he was sleeping, and the passive voice, the letter was sent.
Right, so it has multiple jobs.
Exponentially expands its utility. Mastering the forms and pronunciation of to be is just, well, it's non-negotiable for building English sentences. It's the linguistic concrete for your whole language project.
Linguistic concrete, I like that. Without it, your sentences just crumble.
Exactly, they can't stand.
Yeah. Okay, all right. Shifting gears from the number one, to be. Let's tackle another heavyweight. Number two, to have. This one opens up a whole different world, doesn't it? Possession, experiences.
Absolutely. To have is incredibly versatile. Its main uses are, yes, possession. I have a dog, experience. I've traveled to Japan. And crucially, just like to be, it's a helping verb for the perfect tenses. I have finished. She had left.
Okay, and its forms.
Present forms are have and has for he, hit. The past simple is had, and interestingly, the past participle is also had.
So had. That's easier than to be, at least.
Slightly. Pronunciation-wise, have needs that clear V sound at the end. Make sure your top teeth touch your bottom lip. V.
Okay.
Has, like is, has S, that Emma points out should sound like a Z. So has.
How does that sound? Good to know.
And the past tense had needs a big open A sound. Emma says open your mouth wide like the A in cat head.
Got it. White A. And the negative contractions.
Haven't stress on the first syllable, haven't, and hasn't stress on hasn't, with that soft end ending.
Right. So how does have show up in conversation?
Oh, constantly. In a doctor's office. How long have you had these symptoms? That's present perfect. Informally for possession. I've got a history exam. That have got structure is super common, especially in British English, but used in American English too. It just means have for experience. I've read your articles. Present perfect again. And here's a very useful structure that often confuses learners. I need to have my new pants hemmed.
Ah, yes. They have something done structure.
Exactly. Have plus object plus past participle. It means someone else does the service for you. You have your haircut, you have your car fixed.
Very useful. And I saw another example. You always did have good taste. What's the did doing there?
That's using do for emphasis in the past tense. It adds a little punch, like you really did have good taste. Confirms it strongly.
Interesting. Okay, third on the list, we move to do. This one seems simple, but it's another workhorse, especially for questions and negatives.
Absolutely. To do works as a main action verb, I do my chores. But its most critical role is as that helping verb for questions and negatives in the simple tenses. Think about it. Do you like pizza? I don't understand. It's fundamental.
It really is. You can't ask most simple questions without it.
Exactly. And it can also be used for emphasis, like we just saw with did have, I do want to go, makes your statement stronger.
Okay, and the forms.
Do and does in the present. Does for he, she, it. Did in the past simple. And done for the past participle.
Pronunciation points for do. Emma must have some tips.
She does. Do should rhyme with the letter U or the word you, not do like a female deer. So, diese.
Good one. Easy mistake to make.
Very. Does, guess what that sounds like?
Let me guess. Az.
Bingo. Bees, just like is and has.
Okay, I'm seeing a pattern with these as endings.
For the negative don't, the vowel sound actually changes a bit. It sounds more like the O in own or boat, don't.
Oh, interesting. Not just deuced.
No. And doesn't has the stress on the first syllable. Doesn't. For did, you need a short I sound, like in sit or it. Did. Not a long E sound like in D.
All right, short I. And didn't.
Stress on the first syllable again, didn't. And the past participle done rhymes with sun or fun, dien.
Okay, got it. And in everyday conversations.
Do is everywhere in questions. How are you doing? Offers of help. What can I do for you today? Problem solving. What should we do? Seeking confirmation. Do you really think so? Its importance in just forming basic, grammatically correct questions and negatives.
Yeah.
You just can't overstate it. It underpins so much of English conversation. Indispensable.
Totally. Okay, number 4. We're talking about to say. All about communication.
Exactly. To say is primarily used for direct speech quoting someone and reported speech summarizing what someone communicated. Its present forms are say and says for he, she, it. And then, interestingly, both the past simple and past participle forms are the same. Said.
Said. Okay, pronunciation. Say seems straightforward.
Say is easy. One syllable, long A sound, like in day or play. Say.
But says. I have a feeling this one's tricky.
It's a real curveball. You'd expect it to rhyme with pays, but it doesn't. The vowel sound changes completely, and that is at the end. Sounds like z. Emma compares it to the candy Pez. It's pronounced says.
Says.
Wow. Says. Not says, says. That's a huge difference.
Huge. And it trips up so many learners. And then sia, for both past forms, rhymes with bed or red. Says.
Okay. These little pronunciation changes are vital, aren't they?
Absolutely vital for sounding natural.
And the examples show its function clearly. What did you say? Or the polite request. Can you say that again, please? Right. And it's also used indirectly. Like, that's what I read online this morning. You're reporting information you encountered, not necessarily words someone spoke.
Ah, interesting. Like reporting facts.
Exactly. And we saw that idiom earlier. A recipe calls for flour, which basically means the recipe says we need flour.
Right. And you mentioned distinguishing say from tell. Tell is number 22, you said.
Yeah, tell is also super common. The main difference is say often focuses on the words themselves. He said hello, while tell usually involves communicating information to someone specific. He told me his name. You usually need an object after tell. Tell someone.
Got it. Say something but tell someone. Helpful distinction. Okay, moving on to number 5. Halfway through the top 10. And it's the incredibly versatile, almost chameleon-like verb, to get.
Get. The linguistic Swiss Army knife of English.
It's a good description.
Yes.
It has so many meanings.
It really does. Depending on the context, it can mean to receive, I got an email, to obtain, where did you get those shoes? To become, it's getting dark. To understand, I don't get the joke. To arrive, what time did you get here? Or even to cause something to happen, can you get the door?
Wow. That's a lot for one little word.
It is. And what makes get a true powerhouse isn't just its many dictionary definitions. It's its role as a kind of replacement verb in casual, everyday English.
What do you mean, replacement verb?
Well, often where a more specific, perhaps more formal verb could be used, native speakers will just slip in get. It often sounds more natural, less stuffy. Like instead of obtain, you say get. Instead of arrive, you say get there.
So it's like a shortcut.
Kind of. It makes the language flow more easily sometimes. But that also makes it a nightmare for learners trying to pin down its meaning.
I bet. Because the meaning depends entirely on the context.
Entirely. Mastering get isn't just about memorizing definitions. It's about recognizing its function and feeling in different situations.
Okay, forms first. Present.
Get and gets for he, she, it. Past simple is got, and the past participle is usually gotten in American English, though got is also used and is standard in British English.
Get, got. Okay, pronunciation.
Get is a standard short E sound, like in bed. Gets here. Here, the D's sounds like gaze, not the. Gets. An exception to our earlier pattern.
Ah, good catch.
Ets. Guts has an O sound, like in hot or stop in American English. And forgotten, Emma emphasizes stressing the first syllable. Got-T-10.
Got that in.
Okay. Examples from conversations.
They really show the range.
Yes.
It's impossible to get a taxi during rush hour, meaning find or obtain. I need to get my hair cut. That get plus object plus participle structure again, arranging a service.
It's like, have my hair cut.
Exactly. Very similar meaning, maybe slightly more informal with get, let's go get one, obtaining coffee. I just got a new job, received or obtained. And even in phrasal verbs expressing emotion, I'm just glad it's over, uses get over, meaning to recover from something difficult.
Right. And you mentioned the get passive. Yes. It's a common, slightly more informal alternative to the standard passive voice with to be. Instead of my bike was stolen, you might hear my bike got stolen. It often emphasizes the event happening to the person.
Interesting nuance. So yeah, context is absolutely everything with get.
Everything. You have to rely on the surrounding words to understand which meaning is intended.
Okay, that's our first 5. Be, have, do, say, get. Quite a workout already.
Definitely the core of the core. Now, for the second half of our top 10 powerhouses, starting with number 6, to make.
Make. This one feels a bit more concrete than get. It's about creation, right?
Primarily, yes. To make means to create, produce, or cause something to happen. The forms are make and makes in the present, and then made is used for both the past simple and the past participle.
Make, made, made. Got it. Pronunciation.
Make is pretty straightforward, rhymes with cake or take. Make. Makes also has an S sound, not Z. Makes, that seems common after a K sound.
Good observation.
And made, for both past forms, has that clear aid sound, like the name Wade, made. Emma reminds us to watch mouth position for clarity on these vowels.
Okay. And how does make show up conversationally? Lots of idioms, I bet.
Loads of them. For example, we'll never make it there with all this evening traffic. Here, make it means arrive successfully or on time.
Right, common phrase.
The doctor's instruction. Make sure you drink lots of fluids. That's the imperative form, giving a direct command or strong suggestion.
And the idiom make up my mind means to decide. That will help me make up my mind.
Exactly. Now, make is often confused with do, which was number 3.
Yeah, make versus do. That's a classic confusion point.
It is. The Cambridge Dictionary has a good section on this. Generally, make implies creation or production. You make dinner, you make a mistake, you make a noise, while do often refers to performing an action, task, or duty. You do your homework, you do the laundry, you do exercise.
That's a helpful general rule. Make, create, do, perform.
It's a good starting point, though there are many fixed expressions you just have to learn.
Like make the bed, not do the bed.
Precisely.
Okay, number 7. To go, movement, and future plans.
Yes, to go is fundamentally about movement from one place to another. And as we saw with A2 level, it's crucial for expressing future plans using going to. Its present forms are go and goes, past simple is went, and the past participle is gone.
Go, went, gone. A classic irregular pattern pronunciation.
Go sounds just like the letter off itself. Where but goes. Here we go again. Here we go. The past sounds like Z.
Another Z. Is, has, does, goes.
Seeing the pattern helps. The past simple, went, has a short E sound, relaxed lips, like in bed or send, or, and the past participle, gone, changes its vowel significantly. In American English, it often rhymes with aunt or dawn.
Oh, dawn. Okay. Go, went, gone. And in conversation.
All over the place. Informal questions. How's it going? Meaning, how are things? Or where are you off to? Meaning, where are you going? Suggestions. Let's go grab some coffee. And of course, future plans. I'm going to visit my brother.
Or even more casual, I'm going to take a canoe trip.
Exactly. That gonna reduction is super common in spoken English.
And you mentioned distinguishing go from come.
Right. It's a common point of confusion. Generally, go means movement away from the speaker or point of reference. Come means movement towards the speaker or point of reference.
So please come here, but let's go there.
That's the basic idea, yes.
Okay. Number 8 is to know. This one's about the mind, not movement.
Exactly. To know is about possessing information or having understanding. Present forms, know and knows. Past simple, knew. Past participle, knowed.
And this one has that classic silent letter, right?
It does. The K at the beginning of all forms is completely silent. Emma makes a big point about silent letters being a major pronunciation hurdle. So know sounds exactly like the word know.
No. And knows. Does the ed sound like ez or z?
It sounds like Z knows.
Right. And knew.
Silent K again. It sounds exactly like the word knew.
It is it.
And known. Silent K sounds like the own in phone or grown.
So know, knows, knows, no sis. Got it. How do we use it?
Frequently in responses. I didn't know that. Or just the simple, emphatic I know, which can mean I understand or I agree or even tell me about it.
Yeah, that I know can have a few feelings behind it.
It can. It also conveys empathy. I know how you feel, meaning I understand your feelings. And it can show strong certainty, especially when giving advice. Should I take the job? Yes, I know so, trust me. It conveys deep belief.
I know so. That's powerful. Crucial for expressing understanding and certainty.
Definitely.
All right, number 9. Almost there. To take. Another one like get, with a ton of meanings.
It is very versatile. To take can mean to carry, take this bag. To remove, take the lid off. To accept or choose, I'll take the blue one. Or to engage in an activity, take notes, take a shower. Present forms, take and takes, past simple. Took, past participle, taken.
Take, took, taken. Okay, pronunciation.
Take rhymes with make and cake. That long A sound, teak, takes. Emma points out this one is tricky. The S sounds like S, takes, not Z. But that X sound cluster at the end can be hard to pronounce smoothly.
Yeah, it takes practice.
It does. The past simple, took, has a short oo sound, like in book or look.
Not long, like spook.
No, short knee. And for the past participle, taken, the stress is on the first syllable. Taken, aiken.
Taken. Got it. Examples.
Shows his versatility. In shopping, I'll take it means I'll buy it. Transportation, should we take a taxi or a bus? Travel. I'm taking the red eye, an overnight flight. Hobbies, I'm taking my camera. And in advice scenarios, should I take this new job?
It really is a cornerstone verb popping up in so many common phrases, those collocations you mentioned, like take a picture, take a break, take care.
Exactly. Learning those common pairings is key.
Okay, finally, number 10. Rounding out the top 10 irregulars is to come. Another movement verb like go.
Yes, but remember the difference. Come is generally about movement towards the speaker or a specified place. Present forms, come and comes. Past simple, came. And the past participle is the same as the base form, come.
Come, came, come. That happens sometimes. Pronunciation.
Come can be tricky. The O often sounds like the in cup or some. KM. And the C is a K sound.
Not like comb.
No, and comes. The C sounds like
Zzz.
You got it, Garo.
Zzz.
The past simple came has a clear long A sound like in game or name. Came.
Came. Okay, and the past participle is just came again.
Correct. Come can come.
How's it used?
Essential for invitations. Come over around $10, meaning come to my house. Describing approaching events or seasons, fall is coming fast. Or expressing joining someone. Next time you go hiking, I'll come with you.
And it's in lots of common expressions too, right? Like, come on.
Absolutely. Come on can mean hurry up or express disbelief. Oh, come on. Or encouragement. Understanding its role in movement and invitations is vital for natural conversation.
Wow. Okay, that's the top 10. All irregular. Be, have, do, say, get, make, go, no, take, come.
That's them. And just to quickly recap some general pronunciation principles from Emma's advice, remember, vowel sounds often change significantly in irregular verbs between forms. No simple rule, just practice and memorization.
Right. Listen carefully.
And watch that ease ending on third-person singular verbs. Hey, shite. Sometimes it's S, makes, takes, gets. Often it's S, has, does, goes, knows, comes. Pay attention.
That S versus Z distinction is huge for sounding clear.
Huge. And finally, stress. Emma emphasizes putting the stress on the right syllable, making it louder and longer, is absolutely crucial for being understood and sounding natural. It affects the whole rhythm of your speech.
Like T-A-Can, not take-can.
Exactly. Makes a massive difference.
That's incredibly helpful. It's not just what words you know, but how they sound in the flow of speech. But, verbs don't exist in isolation. They're the connectors in our daily chatter. So how do these top 10 powerhouses and, lots of other common verbs actually sound and feel in real-world conversations? Let's turn to some authentic dialogue examples from the everyday conversations source. Let's see these verbs come alive.
That's the real test, isn't it? Using them in the wild. Let's look at some scenarios. Take greetings and introductions. Simple, essential verbs used naturally. Good morning, Professor Austin. How are you doing? There's be and do.
Standard greeting.
It's a pleasure to meet you. Very standard polite phrase, using meet, informally. Hi, Helen, how's it going? There's go, or where are you off to? That informal way of asking, where are you going? Using be and go implicitly.
Right, off to is very common.
Even a negative question. Didn't you meet her at Steve's party? Using meet. These aren't complex verbs, but using them correctly in these set phrases with the right intonation is key to sounding natural right from the start.
Absolutely. First impressions matter. Okay, how about time and scheduling? Verbs must be crucial there.
Central, verbs like to be and to go are constantly used for time and future events. What time is it? We're going to be late. Uses be and go. The verb start comes up. The movie starts at 8:00. Simple present for scheduled events.
Ah, yeah, simple present for future schedules. Good point.
And useful phrasal verbs like I'll pick you up around 7:03, meaning collect someone in a car usually.
Yeah, use that all the time. These verbs help us organize our lives, make appointments. Very practical.
Very practical. Now, think about communication and understanding. Verbs are obviously vital here when you need clarification. Can you repeat that, please? Did you say to pick up ink? Uses repeat, say, and pick up.
The situation we've all been in on the phone.
Exactly. And if the phone is cutting out, that phrasal verb cut out means the sound is interrupted.
Good one. Cutting out.
And concluding a call, I'll text you exactly what I need. Talk to you later. Uses text, need, and the phrase talk to. These examples show how verbs help us manage real-time interactions, navigate problems, set expectations.
Makes sense. Okay, what about everyday stuff like daily errands and shopping?
A whole range of transactional verbs come into play. At a restaurant, the server might ask, "Can I start you off with something to drink?" Or, "Are you ready to order?"
Start off with ready to order. Common phrases.
A customer might say, "I'll have the tomato soup," using have to mean eat or order. For personal services, we saw, "I need to get my hair cut," or shopping for clothes. "I'm looking for a sweater." Look for search. "Would you like to try it on?" Try on. Test clothes for size.
And the final moments. How much is it? I'll take it. Using be and take.
Exactly. And remember the recipe. The recipe calls for flour, meaning requires or says to use. These verbs make everyday transactions smooth.
Very useful language.
Yeah.
Now, what about expressing problems and advice? Verbs seem like they carry more weight here.
They definitely do. They become more descriptive and directive. A doctor might ask, "What seems to be the problem?" Patient: "I have a bad cough." Then comes the advice, often using the imperative form, that direct command. "Take aspirin every 4 hours and get plenty of rest. Make sure you drink lots of fluids. Call me if you're still sick."
Right. Direct instructions using the base form of the verb. Take, get, make, call.
Exactly. And for strong advice or conviction, "I know so. Trust me. Take the job. What do you have to lose?" These verbs express strong belief and encouragement.
Yeah, they really convey conviction. Crucial for giving and receiving advice.
And finally, let's touch on leisure and opinions. Verbs here help you share your personality, your preferences, expressing preference. "I much prefer basketball," stating affiliation. "I'm a big fan of basketball too," making suggestions. "How about a game sometime?" Using be implicitly, or more directly, "Why don't we go shoot some oops now?" Using go and shoot.
Asking for opinions. What do you think? Expressing a different view. I think I'd rather get a dog.
Acknowledging a point, good point, uses be. Expressing anticipation. "I'm looking forward to relaxing." Look forward to is a key phrasal verb.
These really allow for more personal social interaction, sharing interests, making plans, debating ideas. It moves beyond just functional language.
Precisely. It allows for richer social connection.
So we've walked through the key verbs, their forms, pronunciation, and the how, seeing them used in context. But the bigger picture of language learning, it's about strategy, isn't it? How you engage with material.
Absolutely. To truly master verbs, you really need to leverage different kinds of resources. It's not a one-size-fits-all thing. A varied learning diet is always best.
Right. So for that systematic understanding, the why and how verbs change, grammar guides are essential. Sources like Exam English or the Cambridge Dictionary, they lay out the rules for verb tenses, past simple, continuous, perfect, present simple, continuous, perfect, future forms.
All the tenses.
And different verb forms, imperatives for commands, infinitives, to plus verb, gerunds, the ing downs, the passive voice, those modal verbs like can, should, must. This explicit grammar knowledge gives you that solid logical foundation. You understand the system.
Exactly. But then you have to apply it. You can't just know the rules. That's where exercises come in. Sites like English Exercises are great for this. They offer practical application in different ways, specific verbs exercises, sure, but also listening exercises to train your ear for how verbs sound in context. reading exercises to see them used in written text, videos lessons for visual input, phonetic exercises to really drill down on pronunciation, and worksheets verbs for structured practice.
So it's about moving from knowing about the verb to actually using the verb.
Precisely. Actively engaging, not just passively absorbing.
And that's why the conversational material like the everyday conversation source is so crucial too, right?
Absolutely vital. Because that's where you see verbs in their natural habitat. You understand common expressions built around them. Don't mention it, cutting out, take care of. You get the rhythm, the intonation, how they function in a real back and forth exchange. It makes the grammar rules come alive and feel natural.
Yeah, it connects the rules to reality.
And for tackling those specific pronunciation challenges, those irregular vowel shifts, the SVSZ endings dedicated pronunciation videos, like Emma's English with Emma, one on the top 10 verbs, are invaluable. Her focus on subtle sound differences, silent letters, word stress. It provides that targeted guidance you need for clarity and confidence.
Training your ear and your mouth.
Exactly. Bridging the gap between understanding and clear communication.
When you combine all these resources, the grammar guides, the exercises, the real conversations, the pronunciation, help you get a truly holistic learning experience, don't you?
You really do. You're addressing both the explicit rules and the implicit natural usage. It's a comprehensive approach, attacking verb mastery from all angles, builds knowledge and practical ability.
But it's not just what resources you use, it's how you use them. That Reddit discussion you mentioned about learning Spanish via YouTube, even though it was Spanish, it had some great insights on active learning that apply here, right?
Absolutely. A key takeaway was that passive consumption, just watching a video, even twice often, isn't enough to really internalize complex stuff like verb forms.
Yeah, that trap of thinking watching equals learning. We've all done it.
We have. Active engagement is key.
And one user on that thread suggested something I thought was brilliant. You can talk with yourself in your head. Self-talk. It's such a low-pressure way to practice formulating thoughts in English. You start trying to use the verbs, maybe conjugate them in your head for a situation.
And you immediately notice where the gaps are. Wait, how do I say that in the past? Or what preposition goes with this verb?
Exactly. It helps you identify weaknesses and practice under her speaking, all privately. Fantastic way to build fluency before you even open your mouth to someone else.
And while YouTube and other resources are phenomenal for input listening, understanding that Reddit thread was pretty clear. Eventually, you need output. Interaction with native or proficient speakers is crucial for applying verbs in real time. You have to put the knowledge into action.
Right. Whether that's using online tutoring platforms like italki or Reply, finding a language exchange partner, or just, grabbing opportunities to speak when they come up, that's where the rubber meets the road, putting the theory into practice.
It really is, moving from mental exercises to live communication.
And the Reddit discussion also stressed consistency and volume, didn't it?
Yes. Daily exposure, even if it's short, and gradually increasing the time you spend actively engaging with English, listening, speaking, thinking it's vital for making real progress.
So look, this deep dive has aimed to give you, the listener, the what and the how for mastering these crucial verbs. But now
it's up to you to do. To actively engage, practice that self-talk, use the resources, seek out those speaking opportunities.
And that brings us right back to the power of focusing your efforts. Those frequency lists, like the top 100 most used verbs.
Revisiting that idea is important. Focusing your energy on these high-frequency verbs gives you the biggest, fastest return on your learning investment, especially at the A2B1 level. These aren't just random words. They are the absolute core enablers of most everyday communication.
And the fact that so many of the very top ones are irregular just makes focusing on them even more critical.
Exactly. It's about prioritizing for maximum impact, the biggest bang for your learning buck, really.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, the key takeaway is mastering these common verbs isn't just, ticking a box in a grammar book. It's the foundational step towards genuine fluency, towards feeling truly confident when you speak English, understanding their forms, nailing the pronunciation, and actively engaging with the language through practice and real use. Those are your tools.
Absolutely. You now have, hopefully, a clearer map and the essential tools to build that confidence. Turn what seems like a challenge into achievable steps. All the insights today, the CEFR breakdown, the top 10 deep dive with pronunciation, the conversation examples, the learning strategies, they're all designed to streamline your path forward.
So here's a final thought to leave you with. If verbs are truly the engine of the English language, what new destinations will mastering them allow you to reach? Think about how this foundational knowledge, this engine, will unlock more complex, more confident, more meaningful communication in your own life. What conversations will you have? What connections will you make? Thank you for diving deep with us today.
Before you go, remember this. Every word you learn makes you stronger. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my channel. You'll find more lessons, more stories, and more English practice to help you feel confident in any situation. Don't forget to like this video and share it with someone who might need it. Let's keep learning together. See you in the next lesson.